Today, film production in Goa has advanced a lot. But imagine 20 years back when digital production was relatively unknown. Today we meet Shamir Diniz, who came out with Goa's first digital film on St. Francis back then. Can you walk us back, 20 years to the time when it all started for you? Like, how did the journey begin?
We started this in 2004, just before the exposition. I'll tell you how exactly it started. I wanted to do a small documentary just to kind of put it on some Doordarshan or something, because I should do some documentaries for Doordarshan that time. So then I started discussing with this man, Rajan Narayan. He was the editor of Herald that time. So he said, why don't you do a film? I said, you should go and make it. I've never done a film. I mean, I've done videos, but not a feature film. I have no capabilities of doing that. He said, the problem with you is that you think small. You need to think big. I said, I don't have the finance and all. Said, let's see what the finance part, about the finance part we'll talk later, but you think about a film. And to recreate the scenarios of those St. Francis Xavier's times era was not so easy with a small budget film. I mean, at that time it was just 16 lakhs kind of the finance. So luckily the first person who came forward, Rajan spoke to that guy, Peter was. Unfortunately he's no longer there.
What was your background, before this? I'm sure it was a Herculean task, to put this thing together.
During those times I used to run a studio, a production house, a very small production house with 2-3 systems to do video editing and all. And after that time, there were the CRT monitors and all, we did not have LEDs or monitors or anything like that. My actual background is that I'm an artist. I joined art college. I'm a graduate of art college. I did my art in commercial art. And I had a liking for this, and that's how I got into film editing and all. There were no courses, there were no this thing. I never did a computer course in my life, nothing. And then we started. YouTube, which was new then, was my biggest university. You type something, and believe me, you type anything on YouTube and it's available there. Someone or the other has put it, and it's available. So that's how I learned these things, And of course, for everybody, even on YouTube, that time chroma was new, because the technology was new. I mean, it was not kind of in India, nobody had experimented on that. And this was the first digitally short film, edited digitally, and using a chroma technology also to recreate those film and those scenes of those era. It was very difficult, but then I had read about this thing called chroma technology. That you have to have a green screen behind and all. Unlike now, where you can for $500-600 you can get a huge cloth of chroma. Those days I had to actually construct a huge screen of chroma. Now where would I do that? I have no studio. Peter was one of the constructions in Karanjali was going on that time. So in his recreational hall, he said, you take this for 1 month, 2 months, whatever you think, and see what you do, what you can do. We constructed a huge screen there, and most of our shoots we did in that this thing.
Where did the idea for the script come from, and who was the script writer, and the kind of research that went on to put this film together?
The writing of the script and the research took us almost 7 months. My wife, Kavita Almeida, she is the one day and night doing research on the script, his actual life, is this thing. And then it came to the costumes and all those things. Now the thing is whatever we used in that film had to be authentic. That was my this thing, that we will not compromise on the authenticity of this thing. So when we started doing research, we started researching even the kind of food they had. During those times, the Italians and the Spanish people, used to have something like the pizza base. They had a porcelain plate, but they would not put the food on the porcelain plate directly. They would use a pizza base like thing, of course that time there were no pizzas, but then something like that. And they would take their curry, meat and everything and put it on that, and with their bread they broke and kind of ate. That was their staple diet. And after they finished eating, that what remains on the plate was given to the servants. So that is how their food used to be. The costume, there was one lady from, I forget her name, lady from Ribandar, who took so much interest in doing the costume. Each and every costume was actually done. We did not use any ready-made costumes. No ready-made costumes. Each and every costume for every person coming in the film was stitched. The cups and saucers that we used were actually from St. Francis Xavier's time. This dinner table again was an interesting one. We shot film. I had only one camera, so we shot the entire film, entire scene, and made it look like as if we used 14 cameras. So at every this thing, the cast had to by heart the script, and we shot this at that big house mentioned in Chandor. So at their dinner table, and we shifted the camera in 14 different places, close-ups, this, that, everything works, and it was so impressive.